day. Democracy. Ever since the election, I've wanted to say something, but without saying anything that would offend people. If I can accomplish that, seems to be pretty difficult these days. People seem to be pretty rooted in their opinions and how right or factual or what have you they are, and how correct their source is, and couldn't care less. But here's the thing. Democracy works regardless of your opinion. That's one of the things that makes it democracy. To all of you who woke up the day after the election and were upset, I could understand that a little bit. Frustrated, I could understand that more. Disappointed, having trouble seeing a future when it wasn't the choice you wanted to make, those sorts of things, yeah. And the people who woke up and were ecstatic, oh my God, he won, everything's gonna be amazing. Once again, on both sides, we don't know yet. Okay, we didn't know how that lady was gonna be, and we don't know how he's gonna be yet. To everybody who's ecstatic, give it 4 to 10 years. Let us see how it goes. You know? There's some people that think we won't have democracy or an education system or anything left in 4 to 5 years. And there's some people that think this is going to be the miracle that saves it all. Ain't nothing lost. So ain't nothing need to be saved. To the idea of make America great again, what era? I mean, every era has had some pretty awesome stuff. I mean, the colonial era right before the Revolutionary War could be seen as one of our greatest eras, except for we were still a colony. We were still being taxed out the wazoo. We were still being told what to do. So yeah, I mean, the booming 20s. We saw this creation of blues and jazz and, you know, a lot of beautiful things. But we are still a highly racist, segregated country that was purposefully making black people and minorities' lives as hard and as horrible as we could, while perpetuating a white stereotype that would create the whitewashed 50s as we know it. Do we want to talk about the whitewashed 50s? No, that's not a great era. The 60s, where we had civil rights and you know, civil rights riots and things like that. I mean, we saw some beautiful things. We also saw some horrible atrocities here in America. Based on some of that. The 70s, we saw some beautiful stuff. We also saw Vietnam and other things. You know, 80s, crack. The 90s and the 2000s were great, but still weren't an era I don't think any of us want to repeat. And you know, America is, for the last 100 years, has not been in the top 10 for literacy, for math skills, for happiness index, for quality of life. So if we want to make America great, let's do it for the first time, and let's all work together on that. Let's make a future for everybody. So, democracy. Give it a few months, give it a couple years before you decide whether it was awful. I mean, all those who woke up and thought, oh no, bad things, give it at least 6 months to a year for you to have actually something tangible to complain about. And all of those who went, woohoo, we all, and once again, let's see if some promises get delivered on. Let's see if some good and some change actually gets made. You know, or more the status quo, like unfortunately was the first time. So yeah, and let's drop all this idea that like there's some conspiracy or somebody doing this or that behind the scenes, because maybe there is, maybe there isn't. Isn't gonna change your life to know that or be right about it, or doesn't, like, nobody should be voting on that idea. I heard people saying that they were going to vote because Obama is doing stuff, and this person or billionaire. And I was like, no, man, vote on principle, vote on beliefs, vote on that kind of stuff, but don't vote on something you can't prove. Don't vote on conjecture and assumptions and stuff like that. So democracy is doing its job. There's definitely some places where it could be looked at and reworked. Maybe our whole Supreme Court could possibly be thrown out the window and reworked. There's definitely some things that could use some work. Let's see what the next 4, 5, 10, 20 years brings us in this age of wokeness, age of everybody having an opinion and being right and having a source and all that. Let's see what it brings us as we go down the road. And remember that democracy is supposed to work for the people. So if you don't think America's great, if you don't think democracy is working for you, then vote for somebody better next time. At least we're all going to get a different choice.